Yum. Fantastic seafood here, but here it is, my favourite. I'm just interested in the crayfish. Yep. Nice small but very red one if we can.
Like that?
So, oh yeah, that looks pretty good. What is that weigh?
$39.95.
$39.95. Yeah, okay, we'll take that one. Thanks. $40 for one good crayfish. Well, I was quite lucky because I've got a Kalis discount card, and the Kalis discount card actually gives me a 10% discount, which means it wasn't $40, it was close to $36. So that wasn't bad, if you like crayfish like I do.
Alright, so here we are. Here's the crayfish. We're at home. What a beauty. Now this is a Western Australian crayfish, as opposed to a lobster which you might get in Asia or in other parts of Australia, particularly up the north or in other countries. But in Western Australia we have this WA crayfish, which as far as I'm concerned is better than any lobster or crayfish that you can get anywhere on the planet. The way to eat it is to have it freshly cooked like this is. This is cooked this morning, and just eat it simply with some fresh bread, salt, pepper and vinegar. Don't spoil it with anything else. So let me show you what's involved. It's so straightforward and is so delicious. The backup plan is to have it as a lobster mornay. And in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it in half, keep half for the mornay, which I'll cook later, but the fresh part of the crayfish is what I'm going to show you today, and it is hard to beat. As far as I'm concerned, as I said, it's the best meat on the planet. There's a lot of legs on the crayfish, and I don't even bother with those, even though they're expensive. The legs have a little bit of meat in, and sometimes whilst I'm preparing the rest of the crayfish I may have a small piece of or a taste from the legs, but they're always a bit disappointing compared to the rest of the crayfish. So you simply just run the knife, show that a bit better. Simply run the knife around the tail and pull the tail out from the shell, making sure you bring it all out. Oh, there's a little bit left, but not much. Normally it comes straight out. I suppose I'm a bit camera shy. Let me just take that bit out. Okay, not much there anyway. And as you can see, the only thing that's left is a bit of shell and some legs, which, as far as I'm concerned, they go out. I have my fresh bread and butter buns here, and the crayfish tail, which you simply just rinse under the water. Just to get any muck off them. And then the process is quite simple. I use a mallet, as I do for most things in the kitchen. Simply cut crayfish in half with the mallet and extract the vein which runs down the middle. Just discard that. And as you'll see, the crayfish meat just simply pulls away from the shell. No effort at all. This piece here I'm going to keep for the mornay, even though this is really the best way to cook it, or to have it. run to the fridge for the bread and butter, or rather for the butter. Quick run to the fridge for the butter. And as I said, simply all you need to do is take the crayfish tail, douse it in some vinegar, beautiful, and a little bit of black pepper, not much because you don't want to take away the flavour of the crayfish. A little bit of salt to season it with, and then you can cut it into some pieces if you wish, since I've got a couple of buns here, and then that's the way to have it. Nothing else, just like that. You can even eat the crayfish meat as it comes, but just on a bit of doughy bread is beautiful. That is gorgeous. That is the best meat on the planet. It is absolutely delicious. It is so sweet. Tomorrow I'm going to cook the other piece as Mornay, as quite good, but not as good. Now, I've had lobster in, as I said, other parts of the world, and they have got a similar texture, but the sweetness of the meat is nothing like this. This is just, well, it's unbeatable. Beautiful. The only thing I'd add to it is a glass of wine. But it's lunchtime. Try one, they're fantastic.